That's nice. They're both sharing. Sharing is caring. Well, come on, share the water, mate. You were sharing until I spoke. That's the Muscovy giving old Super Duck a bit of a hurry up, saying it's my water. Oh, gee. Never really changes. Yeah, I caught him red-handed. He's in my garden, little sparrow. Now he's amongst the strawberries. And that's what the little bastard was doing this morning. There you go, brothers. You can hear it's wet under feet where I am. Before I talk about today's topic, which is you getting ripped off, big time, I want to show you something beautiful. Look at the nice cadmium orange of that. You heard it here first, guys. Call me what you like, but I love pansies. If you get lost in that purple, and that one I can see a man with a yellow nose and a big beard. Can anyone see that? Wow, these are beautiful, these ones. Just fucking beautiful. I love them. Second year of growing these guys, still going strong. This one looks like it's got a dose of the monkeypox. Something's been chewing on it. Don't know what's going on there. It's a bit dead. Yeah. Come on, sort your life out. Oh, we're in the glass house and I think it's too hot for these tulips. Now these guys here are doing okay, but I might put them outside. Who knows what that is? Cineraria. That's pretty cool. Just cheap plants to buy, but so much colour. Look at that. And in these terracotta pots here, my first lily's coming up. There it goes. It's coming up there. Just another cheapie. This guy here is called Penny's Pink. It's a breakthrough variety. And I've got it out here amongst the wasabi. Real hardy plant, which is good for me because I'm not the best gardener in the world. So plants need to be sort of hardy to survive me. I'm planting some garlic this morning, Pruntinella. And I've already planted a whole lot, but I'm planting more because I eat a load of garlic. I'll show you down this row here what I've got so far. You can see a dog, there's a dog print there and it's pressed against the plant, but he survived it okay. Take that weed out. Don't want weeds around my garlic. It's taking all the nutrition away from the plant. And another one here. So we've got two rows there. We've got another row down here, going right down to there. And you can see I've just dug this and I'm going to put another row on there. How many of you guys watch the Matrix? I'll clean the screen, it's a bit dirty. Is it better? Not really. The Matrix. Keanu Reeves. You had the red pill and you had the green pill. And one of them led to the normal reality that you were used to, which goes on where everything's nice and you've got comfort and you've got security and you buy your food at the shops. And the other pill was a whole different sort of thing going on. So the biggest rip-off that there's going on right now in your own life is not the external stuff that you think it might be. Those are things that you get a choice, but most of the time you choose to stick with the matrix that you know. That is, you go with the advertisement, you go with what the companies tell you, what's on your Facebook feed, or what old Clay tells you, or anybody else tells you, and you feel comfortable with that and you go with that and it works. But realistically, there's an inner truth inside yourself and you know what that is. You don't need to be told the right things all the time because you know it within yourself. And I talked about this in the last video I did. You see, you know what sleep you're supposed to get. You know what. Am I planting these up the right way? Is the pointed one up or not? Not sure. Yeah, 5 apart, plant close, pointy side up. Yeah, good. Thought I was. I should know I planted all these. So you know that you're supposed to not have sugar in your diet. You know you're not supposed to drink copious amounts of alcohol. You know that exercise is good. You know all those things. And the rip-off is that you continually are in denial about certain things. I'm talking about myself here. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. And I've done this myself through my life. I've been in denial about things that would be good for me, and I've just not looked at them. And it's taken a long time to wake up. A long time to realise that I do actually enjoy a bit of exercise, and I do enjoy eating the right food, and I do enjoy having good relationships with people, and I do enjoy getting good sleep, and I do enjoy actually, even believe it or not, planting a garden. In fact, this is something that COVID gave to me. instead of denying myself the things that are going to make my life better. And this is something we do all the time. You know yourself there's a conversation you need to have with someone that needs to be put right, but it's too painful and you're afraid of what's going to happen, but you know you've got to do it. And the sooner you face that fear and do it, the sooner your life is better. Or not, at least you've taken action. You know yourself that if you, say for instance you want to lose weight, you know that if you cut out all the shit food, the processed stuff, and you eat the whole grains and the vegetables and the fruit and a little bit of fish and the nuts and all that stuff, you know that that's going to make you feel a whole lot better. But you've been ripped off. Now if somebody said to you, you can't eat that way, or you can't sleep that way, or you're going to do this or you're going to do that, you tell them to fuck off. You tell yourself all the time the same thing. You're not going to do this. And I know, because I've done it myself. I've been that person. I've been the guy that was in denial. I've been the guy that didn't take care of himself. I've been the guy that stayed up too late and didn't get sleep every night and felt like shit next day. I'll just turn this camera around a bit while I'm planting because I want to keep talking. The thing is about being a YouTuber with 2 channels, you've got to be kind of a little bit sort of the economy of doing what I do. You've also got to work, and there's not enough hours in a day. And so I need to sort of make videos on the fly. So please bear with me, I'm not very professional. So if somebody said to you, they said, hey mate, you're a fucking idiot, what would you do? You wouldn't tolerate it. It's like that conversation you've had with yourself. You do something wrong and you beat yourself up. And I've done it. Clay, you're a fucking idiot. The trouble is when you say that to yourself, and it is funny, but when you say it to yourself, you also end up programming yourself to being a fucking idiot. So the conversations you have with yourself are the ones that are going to decide how you end up being. I always say I'm not a gardener because I've never done it, and it's a conversation I've got to stop having with myself because I've been gardening my whole life. I mean, I'm not a good gardener. It's like I'm not a good hunter or a good fisherman or good at lots of things, but I've got to stop having that conversation with myself, because what I'm doing by having that conversation all the time is I'm reinforcing that I'm shit, and it's not serving me any good. It's not serving you any good. And it sure as hell isn't serving my garden any good. What I've got to start saying to myself is, Clay, fuck, you're an awesome gardener. You plant some bloody great, look at these plants, they're doing well. You're doing well, man. Give myself a pat on the back. Probably could have poked those down a bit deeper. There's a mistake, but I won't beat myself up. Just go along and poke them down a bit further. There we go. I'm multitasking today. Not something us men are supposed to be very good at doing. I'm going to cover them up anyway. I think the idea is you want to have your garlics down enough so that when they come up, their root system is down strong enough that they're firm in the ground. Somebody told me, I think it was West Coast Feral, was it you mate, or was it Ross Nolly, that no it wasn't, it's actually Stu Drever said to me, I think, that the ice, when it's frozen, that can actually lift your garlics out of the ground when you're planting them. That's interesting, isn't it? So change the conversation with yourself and stop ripping yourself off, because I've ripped myself off my whole life. These conversations that we have, they're actually repeated things that we've been told when we're really young. Things that your father said to you, or your mother, or somebody had this conversation with you, and you just keep on repeating what's comfortable, but actually it's not healthy. It's not good for you. So you'd be a strong brother in this world. Change the conversation. And it's amazing how it affects your health. Say you're someone who has that debilitating disease, and I call it a disease, anxiety. My daughter suffers anxiety, and it's like a disease. I mean, you couldn't probably measure it as a disease, but anxiety, anyone who suffers anxiety, my heart goes out to hugely. My nephew Mikhail had terrible anxiety. One day he was hitchhiking around here in Tasman, and a local guy picked him up. He was a guy that's actually an amazing character, someone who I've got a deep respect for, pig hunter, probably the fittest person I know. He's a mate of my mate Simon's, and Mikhail got picked up by this guy, and this one guy, they had a conversation and they talked for a while, and Mikhail came back and he said to me, I got picked up by this guy today. I only found out a long time later who it was, but he said it really was good for me to talk about someone who seemed to get me. And I said, that's what we want. And I said, but most importantly, we need to get ourselves. He said, so the conversation that you had reflected back to you on that person that picked you up while you were hitchhiking, that one there is what you've got to have, that conversation with yourself. You've got to actually, and when we talk to people, and even me talking to the camera right now, I am actually having a conversation with myself. I'm actually reaffirming, because this is all my reality is, I'm reaffirming not only with you guys, but myself, that I've got to make sure that I stop ripping myself off, and that the conversations I have are reinforcing the good stuff. Well, I'm going to get a wee trowel, and I'm going to cover those up and do another row. I've got this wee garden patch here. I've got that one over there that I've got covered up so the birds can't get to it. And there's a second one to do. And that'll be my garden today. I've actually got a lot more to do. It's a full day today, just on the farm catching up with those jobs. Hey, check on it, brother. Check, you're not getting ripped off by you. But you are doing the very best for yourself in your conversations with yourself. And don't be a silly bugger like me who's been in denial about things, which I have been through my life. It's taken a long time for me to get off certain drugs, stop drinking so much, stop doing so many bad things, stop eating the wrong food. I have paid the price for it. Learn from my mistakes rather than go down the same mistakes, because really I've really changed the conversations in my own head. These days are quite different. I have a different sentence, I have a different thing, and it's not easy. It's not easy because we're raised when we're very young with these patterns, and breaking them is so difficult, but it can be done. Check on a brother, check on yourself, and I'm going to go and get my trowel and cover that row up and put another row in. See you later.